Thanks. I heard
Morning.
of a membership.
Thanks for coming out today. I prepared a brief statement. My name is Dave Haversat. I'm the current owner of Santa's Land USA, and I appreciate you coming out in these blustery conditions.
Cue the snowflake.
Yes, right. In the mid-1950s, Jack Popley of Newark, New Jersey was driving through Putney right out here along Route 5 when he spotted what he deemed to be the perfect piece of property for his vision. His vision was to construct a tourist attraction with a Christmas theme. 2 years later, that dream would become reality when Mr. Popley officially opened the doors of Santa's Land in 1957. Exactly 60 years later, we stand within feet of where the first patron entered the property, and over the last 6 decades, over 1 million men, women, and children from all walks of life have driven through Putney and the Vermont region to come here to Santa's Land. Mr. Popley was a successful businessman well before Santa's Land came to be. He's one of the founding members of WOR Radio, a New York City AM radio station, and was the first to conduct a Christmas Day radio broadcast in the United States. President Eisenhower appointed Popley as the director of Voice of America. Santa's Land was officially sold to Robert and Tina Brewer in the summer of 1970. The Brewer family successfully ran the park, making many improvements and additions over the years, including the Igloo Pancake House. The Brewers hired hundreds of local teenagers, some of them here today grown with their families of their own, experiencing Santa's Land many generations later. The property went through ownership changes in the 1990s and early 2000s with the Finelli family and Tim and Leslie Wells, all who placed their hard work and finances into preserving Santa's Land. Many of you have heard my story from local press. My parents, David and Betty Haversat, took me to Santa's Land when I was 7. From that time forward, I thought, dreamed, and hoped that one day I would be the proprietor of Santa's Land. Well, in my early 20s and again in my early 30s, I visited this property, meeting with the owners. The timing was not right and the finances were impossible. Santa's Land then closed due to unfortunate circumstances and the property became distressed. It was at this time I knew it was now or never to save Santa's Land and to make a big attempt to bring this property, which meant a great deal to so many, back to life again. It has been stressful, tiring, and rewarding all at the same time. When we opened to the public last month on November the 25th, and a line developed at 10 a.m. with a full parking lot, my dream had become accomplished. There's more to be done and more will be done so 1 million more families can enter through these doors well beyond our lifetime so they can experience what the meaning of Christmas and what the magic of Santa's Land is all about. Thank you. I want to thank many people, of course. My parents for taking me here 32 years ago and for their work in preparing Santa's Land for opening. My sister Melanie and her husband Travis, my family Nicole and Nathan for allowing me to take on this endeavor and understanding the time commitments. I want to thank those in local government who have been supportive. Putney's town manager, Chip Stearns, the entire select board, and the Putney Planning Commission. Thank you so much for your support. Thanks to Fire Chief Tom Goddard, who has been instrumental and met with me from the beginning when the windows were broken and the grounds overgrown. Chief Goddard has been helpful from the start of this project. A thank you to Frank Small, the Vermont State Electrical Inspector, for his expertise and guidance, and who resembles someone very special. My attorney, James Maxwell, for his suggestion, encouragement, recommendations, and long hours spent on my successful purchase of Santa's Land. I want to thank those with special skills, such as Santa's Land electricians, Cole and Don from Streeter Electric, for all their hard work, and Floyd and Josh Lawrence, master plumbers, who would come at a moment's notice and help whenever needed, which I thought I was going to need last night when the pipes were frozen. Thank you to Bill and Brian Harlow for their expertise, knowledge, and work done at Santa's Land, and Will Parmalee, who has been utilizing his artistic talents at Santa's Land since the 1970s. I want to thank many supporters of Santa's Land, such as Ray Boaz, who has promoted Santa's Land a great deal on his website and for his affection for the property. I need to thank the state of Vermont and the leaders within the government, such as State Representative Mike Marecki and his wife, who are here today, and others who are supportive but could not be here, including the governor, who has sent his best wishes. Lastly, I want to thank my employees who have a passion and true desire to work at Santa's Land. Some who come at 4 a.m. to make sure the grounds are prepared and ready for business. Their hard work is greatly appreciated and not forgotten. So let's now cut the ribbon. If State Representative Marecki would like to join me. Frank Smalls, Chip Stearns, anyone else from the Board of Selectmen or the Planning Board. You might as well. Okay, here we go. Santa's Land, 60 years. Thank you so much. 60 more.
Yay!